You think you know Back to the Future? Well, here's 15 things you may not have known about the time-traveling adventures of Marty McFly and Doc Brown.
Are you telling me that it's 8:25?
Precisely.
Damn. I'm late for school.
Writers Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis came up with the idea after a discussion about whether or not they'd be friends with their fathers in high school. Michael J. Fox was the first choice to play Marty McFly, but his schedule with the show Family Ties prevented him from starring in the film. The filmmakers considered Johnny Depp, John Cusack, C. Thomas Howell, Corey Hart, and Ralph Macchio, but decided to cast Eric Stoltz. After 4 weeks of filming, director Robert Zemeckis and writer Bob Gale felt that Eric Stoltz had been miscast. Executive producer Steven Spielberg agreed, even though reshooting Stoltz's scenes would cost an additional $3 million. Michael J. Fox was approached again, and a deal was worked out where he would film Family Ties during the day and film Back to the Future from 6:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
The time machine went through several iterations in the script. At one point, the time machine was a refrigerator and needed the power of a nuclear explosion to time travel. In another version, the time machine was just a laser in a room. The DeLorean was ultimately chosen because it could be mistaken for a UFO by the farmer in 1955, but in one version of the script, the secret ingredient for time travel was Coca-Cola.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Doc Brown was almost played by James Woods, Tim Robbins, John Lithgow, or Jeff Goldblum. The song Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News was nominated for an Academy Award, and Huey Lewis makes a cameo in the film.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Doc Brown's house is actually the Gamble House in Pasadena, California, which is now an architecture museum and a National Historic Landmark. In 1985, Marty meets Doc Brown at the Twin Pines Mall. After traveling to 1955, Marty knocks down a pine tree with the DeLorean. When he returns to 1985, the mall is now called the Lone Pine Mall.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Was improvised by Thomas F. Wilson, who plays Biff. References in the script to President Ronald Reagan,
The actor?
needed to be reviewed by the White House so as not to offend the president. Reagan was said to have enjoyed the mention and even returned the favor in a State of the Union address.
As they said in the film, Back to the Future, where we're going, we don't need roads.
The film took 100 days to shoot and was in theaters 74 days after it wrapped. Back to the Future was #1 at the box office for 11 weeks. When it was released on VHS, Universal added "To Be Continued," but this was removed from the DVD and Blu-ray release. The crew played a joke on Michael J. Fox. They replaced the prop liquor bottle with an actual liquor bottle full of alcohol. And here's a bonus one. The Library of Congress selected Back to the Future for preservation in the National Film Registry. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.